Hey guys, welcome back to Factorio Recursion. This is episode number 5. Today we're going to start working towards the next science pack, which is the production science pack. Requires electric engine units, assembly machines, and electric furnaces. We'll have to make lubricant. We also need to start cracking our oil because, as you can see down here, our plastic has basically run out because our tanks of heavy oil and light oil, they are completely full, which is preventing us from making more petroleum gas. I also did some stuff off camera, but first thing we need to do is we need to start crafting up this mamma jamma, the Factory Building Mark 3. That's going to take, oh my god, 5,000 concrete, 2,000 steel plate, and 100 substations. One of the things I did off camera is I automated substations for that reason. So let's run up here to where I automated the concrete, and I don't actually have enough inventory space to hold all that stuff. Maybe if I had Power Armor Mk3, we could, but we can just craft it right here. We want you. Okay, so I'm going to put 2,000 steel in there. And what else did it want? The substations. 100 of those. Okay. There we go. And then give me all the leftovers back. Good. And let's put the remaining concrete I just picked up. I know I saw some. Oh, no, maybe I was looking at the iron plate. I have some bricks. Maybe we can put the bricks back. Okay, those are full. Yeah, we can do this. We can dump these bricks in here to free up some inventory space. Okay, that's going to take another 30 or so seconds. So I figured out some really important information that we'll get to in just a second, but one of the things I automated off camera is red belts and all the inserters. You might recognize this basic layout. This is the layout I designed for my achievement run when we did Lazy Bastard, when we didn't do any handcrafting. So it's basically the only thing. I changed it very slightly, but it's mostly the same. That's the only blueprint I have yet to add to my blueprint library. And then, of course, we have all these inserters here. Fairly basic. Doesn't take up that much space. It's also, it may be important to note that when all of these are working at the same time, these belts will not supply enough iron to keep all this running. Maybe even with a blue belt, it wouldn't be enough. It takes a lot of iron to keep all of those gear wheel guys running. We can probably run up here and grab our assembly, or it's not assembly machine 3, the architecture building, whatever it's called. Factory Building Mark 3. Oh my gosh, it's huge. So, you may notice that I have put a little cross mark here on our map made out of rail lines, and this is the center of our island. As near as I can figure it, if you hit F4, you can have all this additional information show up, like your frames per second, holding steady at 60, which is good. And then you can also do show tile grid, like that. And then hit F4 again to hide that menu. Go into your map, scroll in slightly, and then you can pretty accurately measure where the exact center of whatever shape you're trying to find the center of is. This island is pretty circular, but it's definitely not exactly circular. The coastline is jagged and all that kind of stuff. So it's an approximation. I don't know if there even is an exact center, but this is the center we are going to use. And eventually, once we have enough tech and etc., once we've gotten far enough, this guy's going to go here. Right there. And everything else in our place we want to try to put inside him. That's going to be tricky, but we'll try it. I can't even place that there. Oh my gosh, that's so big. Okay, let's put you there. And... oh, right. Let's pick you up. Let's move you slightly over. What if we do... I don't even know what we're going to put inside this guy. I just want to go inside to look. Oh, okay, I guess I was in the way. It didn't click. Why aren't you going? Oh, there's a tree in the way. Okay, why don't you pay attention to the red brackets? Okay. Let's try again. Yes, finally. Okay, good. Oh my god, it's gigantic. Oh my god, it's gigantic. And it has 32 belts in, or 32 connections. And that is going to be the limiting factor for our base. 32 belts. We're going to need at least half of those for iron and copper. We'll get into that later, though. I just wanted to take a look inside this thing. That is huge. That is so much bigger than the other ones. Okay, what else was I going to talk about? I kind of got a little sidetracked there and forgot. One thing we can definitely go talk about is our power situation. So I've been mentioning this every episode or so that I add a little bit more to our steam engine facility down here. And we kept running low on power. And I'm kind of the kind of person who my mindset is when I notice I'm low on power, I add more stuff. And I don't do too much math about it. And so when our power would get low, I wouldn't really pay much attention. And why? Oh, it's because we're not researching anything. That's why we're not consuming much power. Let's just research whatever. Our power consumption should go up dramatically from 8 to about 20. Something like that. Over time. Oh, no, we're not producing... okay, this guy's only 3 science packs. If we do one that requires all 4, it should go up more. But anyway, our power supply had been stuck at 20 megawatts for quite a while, and I didn't understand why. And until I read through the FAQ, I thought it was actually a bug at first. But it turns out that these guys have a limited amount of power that they will either receive or send. And I assume that's so that one of these guys doesn't suck up all the power of your entire facility or something like that. Or maybe it's for performance reasons. I'm not sure. But if you come inside one of these guys and you mouse over the substation here, you can see at the right... oh, no, is it here? Yeah, mouse over the arrow. Yeah, the arrow. Transfer rate 1 gigawatt. I have changed that. That is not the default setting. The default setting is, I think, 20 megawatts for this blue building, the Mark II. And for these guys, it is, I think, 10 megawatts or something like that. So the max we were getting out of here was 20 megawatts because that was the limit of this facility. And the way you edit these is you basically do the same thing as when you're rotating power. So, oh, okay, research. Let's do one that takes all 4. Yeah, and see what our power demand goes up to. So you hit R to rotate, and this changes it from sending power in to sending power out. We want to send power out because we're generating steam engine power. But if you want to change the cap on how much power can get out or get in, you've got to hold down Shift or Control and hit R. So over here on the right-hand side, you can see the number change to 100 megawatts, 200 megawatts. If we hold Control R, we can bring it back down. This guy is not producing more than 50. So, yeah, the thing that spurred this on is I got suspicious because I actually busted out a calculator. Each of these guys is supplying 900 kilowatts, almost a full megawatt. Every single one of these little buildings has 40 of them. So 40 times 7, 280. That's close to 200. It's 280 megawatts times 0.9. So like 270 or 260 something megawatts is how much our factory should be able to produce. So I thought I was in this power bottleneck. We are nowhere even close to... Yeah, okay. Let's see what I said? Our power consumption when we're making all 4 science packs, it jumped up to almost 20. And we were limited to 20 before. But really, that was just an artificial bottleneck because I hadn't rotated that thing properly. And you can see our production, how this thing is going to take a long time to fill all the way up. So that was kind of a funny revelation once I actually busted out the calculator, once I got suspicious. Okay, so what are we doing for this episode? We need to start working on this science pack production. First thing we need to do is we need electric engine units, which means we need lubricant, and we need to address... Oh, I think I know why our power is dropping again, because we're not producing blues, because we're not producing... No, we probably are still producing blues, because I have a lot of these left over. But we need to start making plastic again. We need to crack some heavy oil into light and some light oil into petroleum. And then we also need to set up a lubricant area. So let's just say we're going to do lubricant like up there or whatever. But we've got 8 of these oil refineries, and we're using the advanced oil processing. So for 8 of them, every time it ticks over, it's going to create 80 heavy oil. So the cracking takes 3 seconds. Oh, it's faster, huh? Oh, I didn't do my math. I will have to redo my math. Oh, okay. Whatever. Just click on something. Okay, I think I have it figured out. It wasn't all that tricky once I noticed something important. So the advanced oil processing takes 5 seconds, but the important thing to note is that it's happening in the oil refinery, which has a crafting speed of 1. So exactly 5 seconds without beacons or speed modules or anything like that. But the cracking is taking place in the chemical plants, which have a crafting speed of 1.25. So if you divide their crafting speed of 3 by the crafting speed of the chemical plant, 1.25, you get 2.4. So it's not exact, but more or less every time you do an advanced oil processing operation, you get 2 of these. So it's basically, we just have to divide it by half. We don't have to do any trickier math than that. And since we have 8 oil refineries here doing advanced oil processing, we'll just do the math for 4 of them because we're splitting it in half because it takes twice as long. So for 4 of these guys, just multiply those products by 4. We're getting 40 heavy oil. And guess what? Heavy oil cracking takes 40 heavy oil, so we're going to use 1. Just 1. So he is going to produce 30 light oil, which is going to be in addition to 4 times 45, which is 180, which gives you 210. So guess what? The light oil cracking takes 30 light oil, so that means we need 7. 7 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Not too bad. Okay, so let's see. All we need to do now, that's an underground belt, so I can connect that. He's only going to do a little bit because this thing is full, so it's basically just filling that little pipe. And then we need to hook this guy up to the water. He is. We need to hook him up to the light oil, make sure none of our pipes are cross-breeding with other pipes. Yes, now we should be in business. And I don't think we're doing enough until we're using beacons. We shouldn't have to worry about using more than one pipe. Now, all of this stuff is running currently on one water pipe. So we'll just keep an eye on it. It seems like everything is running smoothly, though. All right, well, that magical time has arrived, that time when all good boys and all good girls get to find out if Zistau's layout works once we plug it in. Here we go. There's a decent amount of empty space left, but there's plenty of time to reconfigure these. We will be redoing the science once we have most of the stuff unlocked, the beacons, all that kind of thing, and the recursion, and we can put everything in one big giant dude. Let's do Mr. Stone first. You are coming in right there. And to the side. Okay, and then right to the smelters. Okay, that part's pretty straightforward. And then the next one to come in, I believe, is red circuits and steel. I already have it laid out. I don't know why I'm guessing. It's right here. That's why I did it ahead of time, so I wouldn't get confused. Let's see, that's going to be green. Yeah, red circuits right there. And then steel right there, splitting there. Okay, let's connect them. Like that. And then the bus will continue like so. Okay, that's correct. Then we need to connect the iron, which is coming right here. Go ahead and fill that out as well. There we go. And I guess we will just finish up the bus. So the iron goes right there. Let's just check. Oh, we're producing stuff. I think I did all my ratios properly. If not, we can do so. Like, we've got lots of room for more furnaces, that kind of stuff. I think I did my ratios correctly, though. Okay, but let's continue. We need to add the green circuits, which are right here. They're going to go like that. It's going to be a while before we finish recursion. We can find out how well my base holds up under the load of all of these different science packs being created at once. We definitely do not have enough iron and copper production to produce everything at once. All 5 science types. For sure, nope-a-de nope. Okay, there is our main bus right now. Last thing, we need to grab the lubricant and decide which exit it's going to go out of. We still need to make inside of here. We've reserved room for sulfur and sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid will probably be one of these. So let's just do the simplest thing. and go out the side. So that is the third from the top left, so the fourth space. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right, what's the best way to... We need to get it down to this guy. And let's actually look at where it needs to connect up. Then we'll connect the two together. It's the top left. Okay, so we need to connect it up to that. We could go up and around right through here. Maybe that's the best way. Yeah, okay, let's do it like that. Use as many underground belts as we can. Okay, and then I guess right there. Like so. Almost. Okay, so that should be everything. We should now be producing the purple science, the production science. The routing for the lubricant was the hardest thing to figure out. I think maybe if I did this again, I might start from the other side. Like, you can kind of see where I started. I started down here in the corner. Super compact if this was the entire size of our thing. We got all this extra space here and this very awkward lubricant thingy. Let's just make sure that everything is producing. You are missing... Oh, we shouldn't be missing that. What are you not getting? Gear wheels. Green... Oh, green circuits. Oh, I know, I forgot something. Okay, you need... How many green... Dang it. How many green circuits? 3 per half second. That's a lot. That's more than a long-handed inserter. Huh. So really what we need is... Okay, I think we might be able to do this. I need a long-handed inserter there. I'm just sort of eyeballing the belts here. So what we can do, let's just underground as much of that iron as possible. And then that guy needs to be able to come up through there. Yeah, and I can't really move that any farther over. Could I possibly move that pipe? Can that pipe be moved? It's currently going from here around there. But I might be able to... Yeah, that's going to be kind of hard as well. Oh, dang. That's a major malfunction and flaw. Oh, maybe we can split you. Let's see. I guess the only really thing I can do is we could exist on only one gear wheel production, because this thing does not need to be running every half second. Let's look at the ratio again. We need one of these every other second. Oh yeah, so I don't think we need this guy at all, now that I think about it. Now that I do some arithmetic in my brain. So let's just do this. Yeah. Oh, you do need the iron, though. So let's give you a stack inserter. And then we can reconnect this. Okay. Every other second. One thing we could do to buff that up a bit, because we've only got... what are we missing? Green circuits? Well, I happen to be standing next to some. We could give this guy some speed modules just to speed him up a little bit, so that this guy is going a little bit faster. I think that might be enough. It's going to be hard to tell until we have the full thing going. You seem to be crafting the whole time. You are as well. These guys don't seem to be crafting full speed at all. These two are. We needed slightly more than 2 of these. We needed like 2.5, and he doesn't seem to ever be getting anything. So maybe my math was a bit off. The math for that was a bit trickier. So for this guy, if we need one electronic circuit, or one electric furnace every 2 seconds, and it takes how long to craft them? It takes 5, so we needed more than 2. Let's try to get 3. That means we need 30 stone bricks every 5 seconds. So that means we need 6 stone bricks a second. And stone bricks take 3.5 seconds. It's all the math. It's easy to make a mistake somewhere, right? 3.5 seconds. but they get crafted at 2 times speed in the electronic furnace, so that's 1.75 every second. And I needed how many? 6? Which means maybe we just add 1 more furnace and call it a day. I think my math is right. But perhaps it is not. Okay, then we're going to need, let's see, if you're going like that, we will do that, and there. Maybe these guys aren't crafting continually, but they should be. Yeah, they definitely are. Let's see how that does. These guys are crafting continually. As long as we have 2 of them crafting continually, and then this guy every once in a while, that should be okay, but he's still not getting some. Yeah, something must be off with my math. Alright, what if we add even a 6th one? Let's see, do I have room? You need to go like that. Underground. Or I could change the position of these. Yeah, let's do it like... Oops, let's do it like this. Move you to there. And then extend this over to here. And do that. And then give you a stack inserter. So this guy's only fulfilling this guy. I guess we could move all 3 of these over a bit. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. These guys are all keeping up just fine. It seems like we're doing okay, though. The one thing we're low on are these things, huh? What's going on here? This is crafting continually. You need more than 1 of these? Does that make a difference? Maybe slightly. Seems like there's a slight gap. Maybe not. And then you need 5 of those iron gear wheels. Okay, let's do that. But this only needs to run every other second. But yeah, it's going to be hard to tell really what's going on until we... Oh, now they're starting to back up. Okay, maybe that's good. Maybe that's good. It's going to be hard to tell until we actually have a need of those guys. So we also need to reconfigure our science area a bit. Because now we've got 5 science guys coming in on only 2 belts. There. That's a little quick fix until we start launching rockets. Anyway, we've got enough space in our production line for the high-tech science pack. And then the one after that is the space one, which you get from launching rockets. Going to be a little while before we have that one. We'll put the high-tech one on the other side of the blue belt, I guess, or the belt with the blue science. We're doing a very simple underground trick here where you can overlap different belt types on the same horizontal or vertical row. The same line. So the normal transport belts, the underground ones, they are carrying the blue guys, and then the express ones are carrying the military and the production ones. And I have a bunch of extra guys clogging up my inventory. Let's just dump all of them. And then I think I picked up some extra production modules. There we go. It's the same number of laboratories here. I just had to move some to enable this bend to work, but yeah, works just fine now. Oh, hey, there we go. Man, that always scares me. Recursion 2, researched, let's just click on something, whatever. Okay, out of the map screen, that's the map screen, this is the real screen. Recursion 2. So let's just briefly give it a try. And let's see what it's like. Is it disorienting? Is it amazing? Okay, so we are now something like 6 Z layers down, if you want to think of it vertically, in a factory, within a factory, within a factory, within a factory. A little bit of lag in the transfer. Oh, kind of gives me not a visual headache, but just a mental headache trying to keep track of it all. Now, a lot of people think that this mechanic is incredibly overpowered, and it is, and that's the entire reason I'm using the mod. If this did not exist in this mod, I probably wouldn't be using it. But it's not as broken as you might think, because you're always limited by the number of connections. So, yeah, we're going to have 32 belts coming in and out. And that's going to be even limited more, because we'll have to send the rocket control units, the satellites, the low-density structures, and the rocket fuel out of these 4 belts. Or maybe I'll carry the satellites, so at least 3 out to our rocket silo. We're going to need like 8 belts at least of copper, and maybe like 12 or more of iron. It's going to be silly. We're not going to have that much left, actually. We'll need a few for water and a few for oil. 1 for stone. Oh, wait, oops, hang on. At least I picked it up, so it's not a big deal. We have to retrieve all of these, because I actually do want to use these for little things here and there. Yeah, we need 1 for stone and 1 for uranium. And then I think a few other odds and ends. I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. We have 5 of the 7 science types automated. We've got the red, green, blue in this building. We've got the gray one, the military one in this building, and the purple one, the production one in this building. And they're all getting researched right here. Won't be too much longer before we have that, what's it called? The Power Armor Mk3. Next time we'll probably make batteries and processing units and try to get that. That's kind of going to be a big step, getting that personal roboport. And before too long, we're going to need to leave the island to get resources. We've got 1 million iron ore left. This is the thing that's going to run out first, I think, probably. So we need to do something about that within maybe the next 2 or 3 episodes. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye-bye.